king's pride and a daughter's destiny.
Once upon a time, in a vast kingdom surrounded by rivers, forests, and golden fields, the sun rose over shining castles and peaceful villages, painting the land in golden hues. Inside the grand palace, a powerful king sat upon a jeweled throne, his expression proud and arrogant, a ruler whose name echoed with fear rather than love. 7 beautiful daughters entered the hall, each wearing elegant gowns, their eyes a mixture of fear and respect.
Do not forget, you all eat from my destiny, you wear silk because of my fortune, and you breathe freely only because I allow it.
The king declared, his voice echoing through the hall. The elder daughters lowered their eyes and whispered obediently.
Yes, Father, without you we are nothing.
But the youngest daughter, with a gentle soul and firm faith, remained silent, contemplating the words of her father with quiet courage.
Father, forgive me, but every human eats from what God has written for them. No one survives on another's fate.
The king's face darkened as if struck by lightning, and he shouted,
So you deny my power? You think destiny listens to God and not to me? Take her far into the forest, where no road leads, and leave her there. Let her destiny save her.
At dawn, the soldiers led her into the dense forest, her royal clothes torn by branches, and abandoned her among towering trees. Night fell, and fear wrapped around her like cold mist. Wild animals cried in the distance, and hunger burned her stomach. She placed her forehead on the earth and whispered,
Oh God, you are enough.
Days passed. She survived on berries, rainwater, and prayer, her feet bleeding, her heart aching, yet her faith never wavered. One stormy evening, a poor woodcutter returning from work noticed her collapsed near a broken tree.
I am poor, but my roof is open.
She followed him to a small mud hut where life was harsh but honest. Seasons changed as she learned to cook on firewood, stitch torn clothes, wake before sunrise, and sleep hungry without complaint. The woodcutter struggled daily, sometimes returning empty-handed, yet she always consoled him. She said calmly,
What is written will arise.
One winter morning, while digging to expand their hut, the woodcutter's axe struck something solid beneath the earth. Beneath the soil, they uncovered an ancient hidden treasure, its golden glow illuminating their humble hut, and the princess fell to her knees in awe. She wept in gratitude, falling into prayer, saying,
This is not reward, this is trust.
They used the treasure wisely, feeding the poor, helping travelers, and living humbly despite newfound riches. Word of their fortune and generosity spread across the land and reached the old king, now sick and abandoned in his cold, empty palace. Broken with regret, he realized his arrogance and the emptiness of his wealth and power. He traveled to the small mud hut, seeking forgiveness from the daughter he had once abandoned. When he arrived, the youngest daughter recognized him immediately, tears streaming down her face.
does not humiliate, it teaches.
Through her act of forgiveness, she showed that true royalty is humility and wisdom is greater than power. The king spent his remaining days in peace, finally understanding that no one eats from another's fate. Forests, rivers, and fields witnessed their humility and trust, reflecting calm and harmony across the kingdom. Villagers and travelers blessed them for their generosity, spreading tales of kindness and faith. Despite treasure, they continued humble routines, cooking on firewood, helping neighbors, and cherishing each moment. Their bond strengthened not by wealth, but by trust, faith, and shared hardships. One winter night, sitting by the fire, they reflected on their journey from fear and abandonment to peace and trust. Their story became a legacy, a tale whispered across generations about courage, patience, and divine destiny. The sun rose and set over forests and fields, symbolizing that what God has written will always find its way. The king and his youngest daughter walked through the forest together, no longer ruler and subject, but equals bound by love and understanding. And so, the kingdom learned that no one eats from another's fate. Destiny, guided by God, finds its way, even through forests, hunger, tears, and time.